Hey guys, today's podcast is a conversation with my friend Jeff where we go over straight and gay relationships, closeted relationships, the gay standard in the market, as well as Jeff taking his past experiences and translating it into his music. And giving like perspective to like younger gay men, like what are some things that you wish you knew earlier?
I think gay guys in general, we're really hard on ourselves. And, in the dating scene, it can be very cutthroaty. If you don't look a certain way, working out has helped me gain some confidence. But also, I feel a bit kind of like part of the problem. If you don't work out, and look a certain way, it's super muscular, then you're kind of tossed to the side. I also feel like this body dysmorphia constantly that I need to be working out all the time to maintain it. Even though there are days when I can't even make it to the gym anymore because I'm my full-time job, and then I have music stuff I'm working on that needs to be done.
And how was the difference for you, before in the past when you were really thin to now actually having muscle on your body when it came to dating?
Unfortunately, it's a toxic world out there, and it's very physically driven. And honestly, you become more marketable when you have muscle, when you eat healthy and you care about your body. And I think it signals to other people out there that you care a lot about your health, and you care about your longevity. And they might not think it intuitively, oh, I'm on the apps and you gotta look for somebody who is fit and healthy because I want to live that lifestyle. It's kind of subconscious. You're attracted to somebody who's healthy. Why? Oh, because they have a good lifestyle and they will live long. I feel like that's sort of
So that's typically what I find, even in the straight world when I'm dating a girl, it's not necessarily about her body being perfect or anything like that. I just want somebody that has longevity, because when I date someone or with the intention to potentially marry them, I instantly start thinking their body is my body in some ways. Their longevity, I'm part of the journey with them. So I want to be an investment with somebody that actually cares and has those habits. And it's funny because it's if I start dating a girl that's not into fitness or nutrition, I don't judge her initially off of that, but as I'm dating her, I see how susceptible and how open she is to start to pick up those habits from me. And if she's completely closed off from it, then I'm like, this is not gonna work. This is just not negotiable.
Yeah.
But it's not so much about the appearance. Don't get me wrong, as a guy, I love a nice curves and booty. That's why I'm into Latinas. But it's really the important piece to me is the habits behind it and the what it represents and the longevity of the importance. So I'm I'm glad that you're kind of seeing that as well, because I think you initially said that it's toxic. There's some toxic elements to it, and that the vanity, and I don't think people should be mistreated for not being in shape or anything and I don't think there's people out there that will do that to you, but when it comes to dating, it's just objective truth that it matters, right? In a lot of ways, unless people have a fetish for bears, which I guess that's a thing, but I'm just talking generally, right?
Yeah.
So
I love how
I got a
you
little bit of flack
so
on that.
knowledgeable about the gay terms.
I'm one of you guys, honestly. I've just been in the community for so long, I know everything. One of your songs too is about you had a relationship with a closeted straight guy, or I'm not exactly sure what that situation was. Can you talk a little bit about how that occurred, and if you're comfortable doing so? I mean, you can go as deep as you want, but it's kind of curious as how that happened. What the experience was like, and then we can talk about how it led to the inspiration to your song.
Yeah, I love that you listen to my songs. That's so nice. So that song is about a multitude of guys, just sort of the type of person who keeps me on the side, makes me feel like I'm only good enough to hook up with, but not enough to date. I, moved to a new city, downloaded Grindr, and yeah, there was this closeted guy who, I met on the first day or weekend I was in SF, and like we would only meet in private at his place, and he would never want to be seen in public with me, and like it was just like hooking up to him, and of course I caught feelings and I
Hmm.
wanted more, but he only just wanted to keep me on the side, and so, at that point I was like, okay, it's becoming my own doing.
Was there a breaking point in that relationship? You're like, okay, this is just not good for me.
When he basically was like, I can't give you what you want from me, and started ghosting me.
What did you learn from that experience?
Go where you're wanted, and you can't change people. Like, if they don't want to be somebody, like, if they don't want to be seen in public with you, then you can't change that about them. Like, that was like 4 years ago, and that guy was like 36. He's 40 now, and he's still in the closet.
Hmm.
Like, I feel for him. He's a bit older than me, and it's probably a lot harder for him to come out. He's from a different part of the country where it's, a lot harder for him to come out. I
Hmm.
can't change that about him. I can only find somebody who can meet me where I'm at today, at this moment.
Did you feel in the beginning of that relationship that you could win him over in a way that he would be more comfortable to be open in the relationship?
Totally. Like, yeah. It's all like back then, I mean, still today, I need to like catch myself and be like, oh, I can't actually change him. Like, yeah, I think I can, but like, I'm in love with the version of him that, is in my head, not the version that exists today who treats me poorly, who only hits me up to hook up. Like,
What would you tell a gay man that is dating someone that's not comfortable being in public with them?
if they came to me for advice because the relationship isn't working for them, then I would probably say, like, if you respect yourself enough, go where you're wanted. Um, because you can't expect to change them because they might not ever change for you. And yeah, you can't control how somebody lives their life, maybe in the closet forever. You deserve somebody who meets you where you need to be, like, like today. Yeah.
Yeah, so true. That's really powerful. And I have you seen the show Heated Rivalry?
Yeah, I've seen like most of it. Yeah.
How relatable is that experience? With the pro hockey player, the one that like wants it all to be closeted and he can't be out in public because of his job. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It feels very relatable to like people I knew in college, and like, this closeted guy that I wrote that song about. It's very relevant, and I think that's why it's done so well, because so many people relate to it, whether they admit it or not.
I only relate to it in the sense of
I didn't mean it that way, but that's so funny.
no. I mean, it opened my eyes in terms of like, obviously I knew there were closeted gay men out there, but I never thought about all the collateral damage that they caused, like by being with men that like didn't care were open or out about it, and what it did to the relationship. I never really, because you don't see that in public, right? Because it's not in the public. Even the gay bars, like you don't even know, right?
Yeah.
So it was very interesting to see the show and being like, oh yeah, this does happen behind the scenes in a different medium, in a different spectrum of severity, right?
Are you still searching for a Latino wife?
Yeah, this girl's Colombian. Yeah,
I guess.
I always love the beginning of it, and then I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much work. Like, it's just too like intense.
Wait, what do you mean? The beginning of it, like the honeymoon
It's great in the
thing?
like, yeah, and like the honeymoon infatuation phase, because they're super like emotional, intense. So it's all like the romance is better, like the intimacy is better. The like, there's no games. It's more like, let's just find out if we like each other. But then it becomes more work because it's not always, but like a lot of the time it's just they can make mountains out of molehills emotionally, you know, a lot of things. And like where my parents are from England, and that's my culture. It's like that stiff upper lip culture where it's like if something goes wrong or something bad happens to you, you're not allowed to complain about it. You're not allowed. You just kind of like minimize it and you handle it, right? We don't talk about it as much. So that's kind of like the difference. I don't mind talking about that stuff, but like some Latinas can be super dramatic, just really dramatic.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm texting her for her address. I've asked her for it maybe once or twice. She's like, you should have it.
Oh
like,
my
just
God.
send it to me because I don't want to look through my whole text conversation.
Yeah, do you want the Uber or not? Do you want the free Uber
I know,
or not?
right?
Like,
Right.
wow, being a straight guy has, you gotta like get everything for the girl. Like,
In growing up and kind of dealing with your identity, you know, and being gay, and was it a hard transition to come out to your parents about that, or what was that experience like for you?
it was hard. Like my mom didn't really accept it at first. Even today, like, she's still working through it. Um, and she shows her support in little ways, but I think in public, like, it's still really hard for her. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, for the longest time, like, it was actually like, oh, you can't tell other family members about this. Like, keep this to yourself. If they ask you about it, like, stop talking to them. Like, yeah. And unfortunately, like, I was straddling, like, do I respect my parents or do I speak my truth? Like, it's sort of
Yeah.
a fine line. And I'm still learning to navigate that. And like putting out songs about, my love life and like my childhood is like probably not what an Asian American parent would want their kid to be like telling everybody to the public like all these vulnerable stories. But
Yeah.
I feel the need to speak my truth and like heal myself along the way, and so that's why I do it.
Yeah, no, and I really appreciate your vulnerability, Jeff. And like, there's so many like gay men out there that have gone through a very similar thing and are still to this day kind of juggling how to, you know, how vulnerable to be and how open to be in a lot of different situations. So I appreciate you sharing that. Do you feel it's different for an like Asian American coming out as gay as opposed to just like a standard American white family in the U.S.?
I mean, not to discredit like the white experience, but I feel like the Asian American parent is, if they're like first generation immigrants, then like, fresh off the boat, they have like certain cultural expectations, like, oh, gotta carry the family bloodline, family last name, that kind of stuff. And so yeah,
Yeah.
that truly is like one of the things that like my parents said to me is like, oh, I'm not gonna have grandchildren. That and it's like, oh, why are you making about you when this is about me? But
Yeah.
I think I think as an immigrant or, somebody of a different culture, like you have other things that you're working through. And I think the benefit of, being an American for so many generations maybe is like you've had time to work through these things. And, you would hope that like as each generation gets born, like some of these traumas and things that need to be worked through are worked through, and your future generation gets to live a better experience, a better childhood than you had.
and because I know some of this definitely fueled it. What got you into music, and what made you like start making it?
This is such a fun question because I started doing music because I met somebody on Hinge, and he like actually became my guitar teacher. Like we connected on Hinge. We never like met up, and then one day on his Instagram, he was like, "Hey, if anybody's looking for guitar lessons, let me know." And so I started taking lessons with him, which was really fun. He lives in LA, so we don't even live in the same city. But he was like, "Hey, do you want to try songwriting? Because learning chords, on the guitar can get kind of stale." So we started songwriting, and that was really fun. And it came at a time when I was processing a lot of things in my life. One of my good friends from growing up had we lost to depression. So um, for the longest time, I didn't even cry um, because I hadn't processed the feelings. I hadn't even had the words to really figure out what I was going through. But it wasn't
Yeah.
until I sat down with the guitar and just like really processed my feelings through song and music that I cried for the first time about my friend. And it was a really powerful reminder that music is super healing. And sometimes you might not have the words to say it, but you might be able to sing it, or the feeling can come out in a melody, which is why music is so important. And it's why I started to write, and why I put out my artist project, Fedge, because which is actually Jeff backwards, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because music is so healing. And if I'm healing myself while writing these songs, I might heal somebody else out there along the way by putting these songs out there.
That's so cool. That's honestly really cool. You inspire me to
To whip out the
trauma
bagpipe.
dump more to my music. I whip out my bagpipes. I
Insert
started bagpipes just
clip
because
of you piping it up here.
yeah, right. Insert clip of me piping. I started piping to just to please my dad and hang out with him, because my dad was always the one into music. My dad was like artsy, creative music, and his dad even more so. And then my mom was the one that was like more sports driven, more like would kick my ass or whatever. So I had like an inverted balance, but I just wanted to hang out with my dad and do something fun. The gay community listening, that's like younger or trying to find themselves or even make music or do a venture of their own, that you'd want to give to them as a piece of advice?
You deserve so much happiness and love, and just remember, if you're not treated well, then go where you're wanted, find somebody who values you for who you are. And yeah, it's very easy to be sucked into like doing things that other people want just to please them, but it's important to make sure that you want to do them yourself. And yeah, just be you, I guess.
How can people find you and your music?
You can find my music on anywhere you listen to music. It's Fedge, Fedge, and you can find me on Instagram, TikTok at I am Fedge. I did.
I want a picture too, actually. I've got a very angry Latina girl in the lobby right now. Awesome. All right, I'll see you, Jeff. I'll let you know when I got this edited and see what you think, okay? Oh, thanks. I'm trying to hold on to it. You too. Rice stays nice, baby. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I'll catch you later.